Well, hi. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. So being April 30th, that means tomorrow is May 1st, and that means it is the opening day for the Council Bluffs Farmers Market. I'm going to be down there with the booth. I'll be joined by Kyle Ranney from a Tail Slate Agency. We're going to be going live right here from around 4:15 until we're thinking 4:30, but we may go longer. Who knows? And looking for a special guest for tomorrow as well, because we have invited the head coach of the CB Captains, Brian Locke, to come down and talk about the first game that they had against Worthington. The game coming up this Saturday against Garwo. They're out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And, maybe he'll even bring by a couple of players. We don't know. So be sure to stop by the booth and say hi to some of the folks from the CB Captains. Also, on today's show, it is another event that's going to be coming up at the farmers market, well, in conjunction with the farmers market. And that is going to be on May 15th. It is the Community Mental Health Celebration. And Sail On and Fly High is putting this on. We have Cassy and Dave Lawrence from Sail On and Fly High joining us on today's show. So that event is coming up on May 15th. And then Cassy and Dave have their annual golf outing fundraiser at Whispering Woods on July 26th. We're going to talk about that as well. Getting back to the farmers market, reminder that if you have a booth there and you're signed up, you probably heard from Brandy already in an email that you have to wait until after 2 o'clock before you can set up. Farmers market opens at 4:30. So if you're coming to visit the farmers market, well, none of the vendors can start selling before 4:30. It is kind of fun to get there, though, a little bit early. Take a look around, see what's there, and then right at 4:30, there's going to be a young person running down First Avenue with a cowbell, ringing it to let everyone know that the farmers market for 2025 will be officially open. 4:30 to 7:30 coming up tomorrow. And there's also activities going on with the farmers market tomorrow, and that includes Under an Acre Adventures Mobile Petting Zoo. It'll be in Bayless Park from 4:30 to 7:30, and the kids' table activity tomorrow at the farmers market will be May Day baskets. Well, that sounds appropriate, being on May 1st. Before we get to Cassy and Dave Lawrence, I want to ask you if you or someone you love needs in-home care. Well, Home Care Advocacy Network helps you maintain your own privacy in your own space while still receiving care and support with a personalized touch. Aging in place can be critical for many people. Home Care Advocacy Network can meet those needs with an understanding that assisted living is best at home. They are all over Southwest Iowa, Council Bluffs, Glenwood, Red Oak, Clarinda, all the surrounding communities. Visit hcan.com/Southwest Iowa to learn more. This coming Monday, it is Infotech 2025, as the AIM Institute is bringing it back to our area. This time, it's going to be held at the Luminarium in Omaha. This is going to be a huge event, including the speakers is the keynote speaker, Sam Sapp. He's the founder and CEO of Lockbot in Kansas City. He's going to be talking about AI and the human imagination, entering a new era of limitless potential. This is going to be just a wonderful event, and there is still time to get your tickets. Go to Infotech 2025 on Eventbrite. If you look it up on Eventbrite, you'll find it. By the way, that is Infotech without the H at the end. CEO Dalla Alfonso recently told us they don't need the H, so it wasn't on there. Just Sue Creative can help you build your business with website design. She helped me with mine. You go to lushillsmedia.com. You can take a look and see what that looks like. And also then go to her website, justsuecreative.com. Click on that free consultation tab and set up an appointment with Sue. And she can get you started on your way. And again, that website is justsuecreative.com. And a big thank you to Bryce Taylor with GLI Insurance with helping out with our restaurant reviews here on Morning Coffee. We'll have another one coming up very soon. We keep saying we're going to get out and do a breakfast review, and I'm hoping that's the next one. I'm crossing my fingers. GLI Insurance is a locally and family-owned independent insurance group that's been helping people find the best possible plan for over a decade. So Bryce, just up the road from Council Bluffs in Crescent on Old Lincoln Highway, and he's also the founder of the Facebook group Council Bluffs Food Lovers. If you haven't joined that group yet, I would highly recommend it. All right, let's check in with Cassy Lawrence and Dave Lawrence. Back with us this morning, Cassy and Dave Lawrence, Sail On and Fly High. Thank you so much for being a part of things. You guys have your big community mental health celebration event coming. Well, gee whiz, it's May 15th. That's like right around the corner. Holy cats.
It is right around the corner.
Be here before we know it.
Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us here on the show and talking about this event. I've been to it in the past, and always a ton of great information, a chance to get some farmers markets items for free because you're giving away first 500 people in there get a gift certificate for that. $5, is that right?
$5 per person.
Yep. Excellent. So just add that to your total as you're going around and visiting all of the different vendors. And is there going to be a lot of exhibitors and vendors inside the park for this event too?
Yes, we'll be on the west side. And so far we have about 25 resources signed up that advocate or somehow support the betterment of our community's mental health.
Right. And talk a little bit about why this is so important because, and I know the answer to this, but I want to hear you say it, because it's such a integral part of a growing community is to make sure that we're all where we need to be mentally.
Yes. 4 years ago, we lost our son Sailor to suicide. And he was 16 years old, 2 weeks before his 17th birthday. We navigated everything with what we felt. We had access to lots of resources. And it still happened to your typical white picket fence family. And we were so surrounded by support from our community that we wanted to give back to the community and realize that not a lot of people had access or one central location to find those resources. And we really want to end the stigma about talking about mental health. And so we had this idea to create this event of resources and a mental health walk. And then we found out that Leadership Class 34 was putting one together. So we hopped on that because we didn't feel that our community needed several different things that weren't working cohesively together. We want our community to come together to support each other. And then this year we changed the name to the Community Mental Health Celebration, and Sail On and Fly High officially took that over, and instead of just being the presenting sponsors. And so we're really, really excited about that. We have a fantastic steering committee that includes that original leadership class of 34. And so we're really, really excited about this.
Cassy, the anniversary of you and I meeting was just after that event and not very, very long afterwards. And I have watched
first one 3 years ago.
Right. I have watched you and Dave, watched the two of you grow this organization and watching what's been happening inside of the community and the way the community's gotten behind you. I mean, because you have a ton of support all through Council Bluffs and the surrounding area. And I think it's inspiring what you have accomplished and what you continue to accomplish. I'm not saying that you've hit all of your goals, but that's not the point here. What you have done is advance the cause. And I have been happy to just be a witness to it and to watch what's going on. You've done tremendous work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is a labor of love. To be honest, it is. Some days it's really hard to work on because we wouldn't be working on this if we hadn't experienced what we experienced. We always wanted to do something profound in the community. We just did not realize that it would come from such a tragic loss. But we really want to instill hope in others that life is hard, but we can get through it together if we just reach out and support each other.
Yeah, you brought up the term stigma, and that in itself has almost become a cliche because it gets used a lot, but
it does.
It's still out there. And even with the amount of work that your organization is doing and other organizations around that are doing, it still exists, and it's still, people are scared to come out if they need some help or if they need just somebody to talk to. they don't
Yeah,
want to let anybody know that that is what they're going through. And we need to figure out a way of better normalizing it, and that just having the conversation, period.
absolutely. Mental health is just as important as physical health. So, talking about our brain should be just as easy, just as accepted to talk about as our finger or our heart or our stomach or anything like that. Like, we just need to support each other in advocating for our mental health and talking about it and seeing the signs of somebody maybe struggling with their mental health. And so often I feel like we have been taught, oh, if somebody pulls away, give them their space. Where if they're pulling away, they probably are isolating. So maybe we should reach out and just say, hey, I love you and I care about you and I'm thinking of you. And this year's theme, because we've had a theme for the last 4 years, this year's theme is take note of your mental health. And so we want to encourage people, however that looks for them. Not everybody loves to journal, but we will be handing out journals so they can jot things down. But take note of your mental health, take note of other people's mental health. And we're going to have a panel talking about different ways that you can journal, whether that be video, audio, jotting notes down, just being mindful on a walk, things like that. Just thinking and being introspective of taking note of your own mental health. We feel, and maybe we're not correct, but we feel that for so long it just hasn't been talked about because there comes with shame and guilt and all sorts of stuff. And we just don't want that to be the thing anymore. So at the Community Mental Health Celebration, there will be screening for certain age groups and individuals, access to therapy agencies, other companies and organizations that support mental health, all sorts of stuff. So we acknowledge that it doesn't look the same to everybody. And we want to be a central resource for our community for whatever path they're on, because not everybody's in crisis. Somebody might be going through something different, but we also don't want people to compare their where they're at with their mental health with somebody else's. We just want to support where everybody's at.
I think that I can't think of a single word in there that I disagree with. And something else that has always inspired me about both of you is you're open about the fact that this is an ongoing journey for you. This is
Yeah.
not something that, oh, well, okay, that happened and some time has passed and I'm over it now.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not it at all. I mean, I think both of you would attest to there's days that it feels just as fresh today
Absolutely.
as 4 years ago.
Yeah, there's still
It,
days that sometimes I just can't get out of bed and I don't want to see other people and I have to take um, a pause and take a note of my own mental health. And
Yeah, I mean it's very difficult, and some days it's almost as if it happened that the very day before. I mean it's you can feel it, and unfortunately, there's not any scientific proven way to get through those types of emotions and feelings other than coming together as a community and helping each other out during those big waves or those big emotions. So. And our goal was always just to, set out to, if we could save one life or we could help prevent one person from, doing harm to themselves, then we've accomplished our goal. And unfortunately, there's no way for us to really know if that's the case,
I was
right?
just
So it's
thinking that,
always
yeah.
just going to be a labor of love and just knowing that we're there to support our community and support the people behind us. And so, but as far as gratitude and understanding like where we've come from and everything else, we've gotten lots of winks, what we call signs from Sailor and things like that we're on the right path and that we're making a difference in our community. I just recently was part of a program at one of the local high schools here where I was going and giving some education around my profession as a financial advisor. And I came in and talked a little bit about my profession. And then I ended the 3-part series with talking about our passion, which is sail on and fly high and bettering the mental health of our community. And one of the more touching things is that after I got done with one of the classes, a young lady came up to me and handed me a Post-it note and just walked out. And I happened to look down and read the Post-it note, and she said, "I really appreciate people like you. You saved my life." And there's no better thank you than to know that you helped somebody through a very, very tough time, and you may have prevented them from doing things that would be detrimental to them or their family.
Yeah, they chances are that young lady was feeling very alone and didn't feel right at that time that she could talk to somebody about it.
Right.
So you having the conversation for her.
Yeah.
And that's the important part, that people just need to, they need to know that there is a community out there, and you're helping to create that community. And that's, I think I've told both of you more than once, you're some of my favorite people. And the fact that
you were one of our favorite people as well, Todd.
You, the way that you turn to each other and continue to turn to each other is inspiring. And it's watching this journey that you've been on, and still the events keep coming up, and you keep having the downtime doesn't mean that you're going to stay there. And I think that you both know that okay, this is where it is right now. I got to wait this out, and being able to ride the wave, if you will. I've told people before, and a buddy of mine that was really struggling, I said, look, on a cloudy day, the sun still exists. We just can't see it. So we need to talk to somebody that's got a better view. Right.
I really like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great perspective.
This is not the only event that you have coming up. You are in the planning stages, and things are starting to come together for your annual golf outing. Different location this year, right?
Yeah, we started there last year at Whispering Woods. Yeah. Yep. We brought the golf tournament to Council Bluffs, to the community that we are trying to support. We're really excited. Registrations are open. We're looking for sponsors. So one thing that I think that people should know about Sail On and Fly High is we are completely volunteer ran and completely based off of donations. So this annual fundraiser is what we need to sustain ourselves, along with the other donations that come in. And you can go to our website, sailonandflyhigh.org, or birdease.com/sailonandflyhigh to register or sponsor the golf tournament, or just reach out to Dave and I. There's lots of different ways to contact us, but our Facebook page and all sorts of stuff, but our website is always up and going, and we can receive messages through there too. We not only do this event in Bayless Park, but we also do the WAVE Award, which is for teachers or school counselors who positively impact the mental health of their students. And they get $2,000 in items that will positively impact the mental health of their students in their classroom. And we do the Calm Kit initiative, which we'll be handing out again at the Community Mental Health Celebration. We'll have Calm Kits again. And we've 2,000, is that how many we've handed out so far? 2,000 in the last 2 years. You can find them all over the city in lots of different locations, classrooms, therapy agencies, the library, police cruisers, all sorts of stuff. And we do mini therapy grants for local therapists in Southwest Iowa to buy them supplies to have a more impactful sessions, whatever that looks like for them, whatever their specialty is. And then we are launching a kindness initiative officially, which will be monthly mini grants of $100 of items somebody can submit to do an act of kindness, or somebody can receive an act of kindness. And so those forms will be going up on our website shortly.
All of these things that you're talking about are designed to make us feel like we're not isolated, and make us feel like we're not alone. There's people that support you. There's people that support me. You pass that out to others. And that mini grant idea, that's smart. It's a great thing that you're doing. With the golf event, are you doing the auction items again?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. We'll be doing the tournament, which is a scramble. It's a 4-person scramble.
Mhm.
It's $125 per team. That comes with breakfast.
500 per team.
Oh, $125 per person. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I misspoke. And that comes with breakfast, a snack, and a luncheon, all the games that are on the course. This is a fun golf tournament. So come to celebrate each other, to uplift our community, to have fun. That's what this is about. If you're a serious golfer, you are more than welcome. Just please know we don't golf and we're not very good at it, but we love to have a great time.
Yeah,
and that's what this is about.
I've always followed the philosophy of never let a bad lie ruin your golf score.
There you go. There you go. And so you get raffle tickets and a couple of mulligans with your entry fee and a goodie bag and all sorts of stuff. So It's quite a deal. Deal. July 26th this year. And we're taking registrations now. We have to limit it to 30 teams just for space reasons and logistics and things like that. So get signed up.
All right. Well, we're going to get the link from you and be able to pass that on so folks can click on that and go and get signed up or get more information about how to be a sponsor on this.
Awesome.
There's tons of spaces available for that too. And what better way to support the community than through an event like this. So again, the Community Mental Health Celebration is coming up May 15th. That is a Thursday. Start at the same time as the farmers market at 4:30. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And then on July 26th, it is the annual golf outing at Whispering Woods in Council Bluffs. Cassy Lawrence, Dave Lawrence, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much. And
we appreciate you so much.
Looking forward to the next time.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Todd.
Thank you.
We'll have the links for you there in the description to the show, so you can learn more and help out this wonderful cause. Sail on and fly high. You know, technology should work for you, not against you. At ThinkSpace IT, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, and stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. Unlock your potential with the best wrestler camps. George Ivanoff, fresh back from Las Vegas, and we're going to be talking with George coming up very, very soon and have him back on the show and find out about that world title that he won in Las Vegas. So if you're looking for an intensive day camp, a focused weekend camp, or the ultimate challenge at the best 20-day camp, you know, the best wrestler has something for everyone. Day camps are perfect for beginners. Weekend camps, a little bit of a deeper dive. You're going to get more intensive training and personalized coaching. And the best 20-day camp, well, that is fully immersive. It is their flagship summer camp featuring 50 practices. You'll find young athletes from across the country, top-tier training, and you can become part of a community dedicated to excellence. Learn more at thebestwrestler.com. And if you're feeling stuck in uncertainty, conflict, or miscommunication, The Spiral of Accountability by Carol Horner is your guide to breaking free from the fog that clouds decision-making and relationships. Carol is a local author right here in Council Bluffs, and she has developed the Spiral of Accountability to help you learn to recognize negative cycles, shift your mindset, and build a culture of clarity and collaboration at work, at home, and in life. So if you're ready to spiral up, get your copy on Amazon or go to her website, spiralofaccountability.com. A big thank you to Cassy Lawrence and Dave Lawrence for being a guest on today's show. Thank you very much to both of you. I'm always happy to help spread the word about the wonderful work that you are doing in the community and even beyond. They get out farther than Council Bluffs. So very thankful. And don't forget that event, Community Mental Health Celebration, coming up. It'll be in Bayless Park on May 15th, that same Thursday as the Farmers Market. That wraps up today's show. We have made it to the halfway point of the week. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.